Hello, beautiful friends. So this is a little bit of chanting with electronic music. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. What a beautiful chant through which we connect with the body of the mother, the cosmic body of our beloved cosmic divine mother. So there are many different wonderful teachings in this world. And for example, Sri Kaleshwar, he was able, what a wonderful, wonderful being. And he is no longer here with us. He left his body pretty young. I think he left in 2012. But he was teaching everything about Divine Mother. And he had a little group of disciples. And they were able to see Divine Mother when he brought her in. And she would manifest. And she would manifest miracles. And so everything that he taught was about also how to connect with the 5 elements so that we can perform miracles. And so the 5 elements, the 5-pointed star, it's a really important teaching and understanding of who the Divine Mother is. And when we become friends with the 5 elements and we balance the 5 elements, for example, through chanting and for example, through the mantra Om Namah Shivaya, then we really get to know the mystery a little deeper. And so what's awakening in us here, oh my gosh, to me, and again, you know, it's going to run through us differently depending on our DNA, but there is a lot of elemental knowledge that is being revealed to humanity. And so chanting, I always say when you decide to chant, decide from really the love in your heart. Don't ever chant just because. Chant because. And that is when you feel this desire to connect deeper with the mystery, then make your phone call. And that phone call is your chant. There are channels within Cosmic Mother Nature. And when we chant, we are actually making a phone call. And the phone call has to be a call of love and desire. And then we get a response. So yesterday we only had a call at 5 p.m. and we work with the Devas. We're going to work with the Devas again. And so I'll speak a little bit about, you know, many of you heard this before, but this is what I know from Divine Mother about the elemental queendom. So Divine Mother started to teach me in 2017, and every single day she brought new lessons, new realizations, new teachings, new practices. It was pretty incredible. And one day she started to connect me to the elemental queendom. Now, for me, I know that, you know, we can believe anything you want. We can believe in the elementals. And that's wonderful. Absolutely. A belief is a wonderful bridge. It opens, you know, doorways. But she let me meet the elementals. And it was in our backyard. And I used to do the practices. I still do them, but it was a little different when she was guiding me. So every evening I had to go in the backyard and connect with the elemental queendom that surrounds us. And I did invocations where simply you speak to all the elemental beings in nature and you greet them, you communicate with them. You always are in a presence of elemental queendom. And so, you know, you step lightly, you step with love, and you step with an open heart. And so I had this kind of invocation practice every evening where I was inviting the elemental queendom to come and meet me in my dream time. And so I was really surprised, really surprised when one night I got woken up. And so it was not a dream time, but our bedroom filled up with actually elemental beings. And for the first time in my life, and actually for the last time in my life also, I physically was visited by elementals. Physically, meaning, and those guys, if you met any elementals physically, not through consciousness, but in this world as they are, in their bodies, they were like, imagine middle of the night, you know, my husband's asleep next to me as always, and the elementals started to really hop on our bed. And they were about, like, some of them were like 2 feet tall, some of them a little shorter, and all of them looked different. And I wrote everything down when I was learning from Divine Mother, because these experiences, they were unbelievable to me. And there was a little man, and he had like really round head, and he had a little bit of hair, and his lips were a blueberry. And to me, this was like, it's unforgettable. And so for those of you who have elementals like this, you know that this is how they behave. And again, this was like a very specific type of elementals. Every single one of them looked different. And they were really jumping up and down on the bed. They were having so much fun. And to me, the most beautiful experience was the blueberry man. He came to kiss me and he kissed my lips. And so when I was telling my husband in the morning what happened, you cannot say a no to an elemental kiss. And so I got to meet the elementals that night. It was amazing. It was so incredible. And I call them every night. I ask for them to visit. And it really depends on where you are. So this was the only time in my life that I met them where I was in my physical body and they were in their physical bodies. And they taught me all night long. They were talking to me, the bunch of them, about humans. Oh, I felt very ashamed and I felt very sad actually to be human. And again, I'll share the story in a moment. But I want to say, depending on where you are, you will have different types of elementals. So right now I'm at Mount Shasta. And so when I asked the elementals to visit, so they have visited here too, but it was different. They actually took me out of body to be out of body with them in their, what I call the queendom, the magical, magical queendom. And so it's different when you're out of body, but when you're in the physical body, oh my goodness, that is like huge. And so that night, I actually, like I said, I felt ashamed to be a human on this planet, because the elementals were the most fun, loving, really just adorable beings. But they told me that they did not like what was happening to planet Earth because of human activities and human unconsciousness. And they sat with me in bed and they were just having so much fun. And they said, Adi, they said, this is what they said: we see you all day long. We watch you all day long, not because we want to, but because you simply are here as humans. And what we see is not pretty. And so we would like to turn off the show, they said. This is exactly what they said. They said it's like TV for them, as if they were looking into a TV channel that was not fun to watch. And so they asked me to make a video. So the next day I made a video where I summarized everything they taught me. So it's only 4 minutes. I will play it. But again, some people felt very, very offended by the video when I made it. These 4 minutes, hopefully it will not offend you, because we have to understand these beings are always in love with nature. They work night and day to be one with nature, to create harmonies of nature, to honor cosmic mother nature in her fullness. They work not only as elementals of the earth, we also have cosmic elementals. They also work with Christ consciousness. They are higher dimensional beings in a way, and they have to be looking into the dimension of humans. And I'm just generalizing. So hopefully this little video will not offend you, because this is exactly 100% as they taught me and as they gave it to me that night. So I hired 2 wonderful actors, a girl and a boy, because some of the elementals were girls, some of them were boys. And so the actors, they were able to really bring through the voices of the elementals in a really special and beautiful way. So here it is, message from the elementals. And then I'll share why I'm sharing all of this, because it's really Divine Mother awakening here. So here we are.
We, elementals, are the playful spirits of Mother Nature. We live in the lush body of the Mother, in her trees, plants, rocks, air, water, fire, and even animals. Most of humans can't see us, but we can see you. We have been watching humanity living heartlessly on our magnificent planet. You know very well what it is we have been forced to witness for millennia on the battlefields of human existence. True crimes against the Mother, day in, day out, in every corner of the earth. We elementals almost lost faith in the human race. We fell out of love with humans.
So let us remind you of how to live. You came here to experience the magnificence of Mother Earth, to move gracefully in radiant physical bodies through the Garden of Eden, to smell exquisite scents of blossoms, to taste the sweetness of Mother's fruit, to feel the heartbeat of nature through tender touch. You originally came here from elsewhere as visitors, to marvel at the physical manifestation of life. This beautiful planet used to vibrate with aliveness in every atom of her planetary body. You originally came here to experience the glory of physical creation. You came here to step lightly on Mother Earth, to enjoy, to adore, to be taken by her beauty. You did not come here to use and misuse, to abuse and exploit, to own, buy, or sell. You did not come here to sit in cold, lifeless offices and cars. You did not come here to waste this precious gift of life away. You did not come here to sacrifice this unique opportunity of physical existence to collect digital numbers in your bank accounts. You did not come here to get sick and die.
You came here to thrive, to marvel at the breathtaking love-based pleasures Mother Nature creates in every eternal moment. You came here to do what we do, to adore Mother Earth, to love her, to assist her, to use your creative imagination to add to the glory of the Mother. We, elementals, had no way to switch off the shocking show of human lives on planet Earth. We had to watch you, because we see you. We saw you not fulfilled. We saw you always wanting more. We saw you so disconnected from Mother Nature. Not all of you, but too many of you. To us, you were like a TV channel we could not turn off.
We wanted to see you loving Goddess life. We wished for you to remember why you came here. We wanted you to remember that the Mother can provide all that you need and can sustain your existence. We know that is hard to believe. There is a better way to live, the way of connection with Mother Nature. When you connect to her flow of life force and all that is, you can restore true aliveness in your bodies. You can reset the virus. You can become whole again. Seek life force. She is all around you and beneath you. All you need to do is reconnect. Remember those days when you were young children and played in nature. Do that again. Dance barefoot. Adore flowers. Sing, laugh, worship the earth and the sun. Speak to the stars. Dream again.
So, I don't often show this video because of the feedback I got, but I hope that we all understand. And that is actually that, like they said, so many people forgot. And it's very interesting because this is exactly what, you can post it, you can share it. It's the message from the elementals. So I made it exactly the way that they shared it with me, word by word, all of it. And so what do we do as mystics? As mystics, sometimes even mystics forget about nature and they focus only on enlightenment, but actually that is out of balance too. As mystics, we do also need that nature around us. And I don't know if, all mystics actually one day have to realize it, that nature is the manifested divine presence in all dimensions. And that nature constantly communicates through us, to us, and that nature is not disconnected from Christ consciousness, and that nature is not disconnected from our soul, and that nature is not disconnected from our spirit, but it is all actually one. It's just one part is manifested as nature. But what we see here today as nature is really not exactly what nature can be. So for those of us who remember when nature here used to be fifth dimensional, it was a whole new world, a whole new way of existing. And once again, from all my time travel that I have done, when I travel into the future, there is only one way. That's what I believe from all that I have seen. And that is following the path of nature. And at the same time, nature always taking you deeper and deeper into the mystery of the soul, of the spirit, of the divine self. It is all connected. And so in this holistic relationship that we have, we truly get to unveil the mystery. And that's what we do here. And so for these events that we do here together through the Green Tara's guidance, really, she will be inviting us to step deeper and deeper into the mystery of all of nature, to understand her fully. We will be working with the elements. We will be working with the earth. We already have worked with the stars. And so this is the expansion that she's taking us on. You know, I never know where she's taking us, but I know that we just follow her guidance. We mimic her. And so how can we fall in love with life again? As you know, she always says, the goddess, life with a capital L, this eternal life, the cosmic life, the life within which we always have a continuity of consciousness. This life where we never die, also understanding what life really is, and she will be guiding us. And so she told me that we will be actually deeply, deeply connecting with the 5 elements. And so, for example, today she invited me to light a candle. And that's something that is also, you know, part of our magical relationship with nature. And I know that some of us have been on a very mystical path all our lives. We've done so many, you know, deep meditations. You can call it transcendental meditation, but without the TM, you know, not the trademarked one. But maybe we explore the realms of soul, the realms of spirit. And then to me, the surprise that comes is when we come back the full circle, and suddenly as mystics, we become really the mystics of nature. And that nothing is excluded within her, and it is all one. And so then we realize the valuable tool that we have, which is our physical body, which is our breath, to connect with all that is. When Divine Mother was teaching me, sometimes she would just completely come to me, like, let's say I was sitting in the backyard doing my meditation, and then she came and she says, Addie, record what I'm going to tell you. And then she would like come into the body, because the body belongs to her. And she would speak through my voice to give me something that she wanted me to work with. So like my person was not there speaking. And that happened only a few times, really twice that I know 100%. It was just her words. And then I recorded it when she spoke, and then I worked with it. So one day she started to explain to me that actually we need to be expanding. And what needs to expand is our entire energy field. That includes our body. And that doesn't mean that we get really big, but it actually means that we expand the energy field around us to be a bigger, brighter star. And in a way, you can say it's your light body, it's your non-physical body, but also very much it is your physical bodies that need to be cleaned up and expand to be enlightened. And so she said, you know, in this world, so many people are suffering disease and lack of life force, and things don't flow properly. And so she said the key was actually to take the physical body into nature, and through breath and consciousness, expand beyond the boundary of the body. In a way, really expand into the planetary body, which is nature, expand into this beautiful cosmic body, which is then all of her. And so the more we can actually liberate our being, the more we can expand. When something is holding us down, and that can happen, you know, I have worked through, I don't know how many things in my life that were holding me down. Starts with that childhood sometimes, right? Some things can really, really hold us down. And so I remember coming into this world fully expanded. I was constantly as a child just running the energy of the spirit and the soul to such an intensity that was emanating heat. Like I was a heater. My grandma always called me a heater because you could not sit next to me without like starting to sweat. And so I remember seeing the rainbow and then being visited by the beautiful rainbow beings every single night. So I do believe that all of us come into this world in such an expanded state, whether we know it or not. But that's why children are so important in this world. And that's why this big change that is taking place will be taking place specifically through the new ones, the new arrivals who bring the wisdom and who bring the love. But then, of course, also, you know, maybe many of us also experience when the parents were not appropriately conscious, and maybe the schooling and then the relationships and sometimes the jobs and all of that, you know, the collective nonsense here, it burdens that expansion. And so then it's a lot of work to undo all the harm and to liberate that being again. And once we liberate the being again, the most beautiful surprise that we find, and I know many of you are experiencing it through meditations and the breath work, you first actually get to feel your body deva, the way he used to be when you were a kid. And suddenly the body starts to give you these memories back, not of things like when you played, but what was it like to be in a physical body? How wonderful it was when the energy was running. And today it's something that, you know, we need to do years of yoga to get to that state. We need to do so much to get to that place. And so, you know, we know the story, many of us, right? And so again, right now it's going to be all about bringing back the well-being. And so I will play a short transmission that Divine Mother gave me. I think it was around, I don't know, 2019, where she was teaching me how to be well again in the body, to heal everything, to bring all the cells, all the electrons to balance again, to open up the channels, to expand a little more. And for that today, you know, we use breath work, for example. So I so much recommend doing the breath with us. So once again, we are absolutely bringing this big knowledge of what I would say Mu, because I just really connect to Mu through my memories. And so I'm able to bring back true memories of how life worked. And of course, there was no disease. There was no what we call today aging, you know, there was no deterioration. Also, nature didn't work the way she works now. Now you would say, oh my gosh, like nature can be dangerous and animals eat each other and we have poisonous this and that. That didn't exist when the earth was in the fifth dimension. So I really would say, you know, when people call it fifth dimension or whatever, there simply was a time of amazing, amazing harmony on planet Earth when all of this was possible. Now we are not there yet, but things will be changing. And so yes. And I wanted to say, I spoke to Patricia Cortez yesterday, it's always such an honor. And so we will be doing an event soon together, which will be, I'm sure, a beautiful transmission. It always is with Patricia. But also she mentioned how important it will be, you know, we will be creating tools for the World Congress on Illumination, which will be taking place this year in Tucson in Arizona, where Patricia lives. And if you guys know, or if you are a talented, for example, performer with music, she's looking for about 2 young musicians. She wants young. She said, you know, we are changing the guard. We cannot have the old anymore. And it has nothing to do with our age. It has everything to do with our DNA, you know, and when we came here, when the portals open, when who could come and be here now. And also to look for young, very, very, very attuned, really conscious presenters. So very beautiful. And so I'm going to play this little transmission from Divine Mother. And again, I always want to say, you know, I always tell you how it is. This was her speaking through me. So I had no idea what she was going to say. I just grabbed my phone when she said, grab the phone. I recorded it in my phone. And she was guiding through the process of well-being, how to be well again. And so it's only, I think, 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So we called it the physical radiance affirmation. And she said, when we listen to this, we become more radiant, we become more attuned to all that surrounds us. And sometimes like the words don't make much sense, but it's okay. I understand her and you will understand her too. What she's trying to say to us is to connect with the life force that surrounds us, to let go of the boundaries. And so let me share. I made a little video to go with it. I think it's super short and definitely older, very old. It's one of the first video 5 years ago. So here it is. Everything that I am is connected to me. Everything that surrounds me is part of me. I am a beautiful being in this natural world. I am like a flower that blossoms each and every year with infinite beauty. I am a flower that always stays young and radiant, and each and every spring shows its magnificence. I am a beautiful flower. I have colors in my aura that radiate into this world with shimmer. I'm like a star, shining millions of years, timelessly, the light of life. I have a body made up of cells, and each and every cell is like a star. I am a shimmering being of light. I am ageless. I am timeless. I am infinite. I renew every day, and every day is my spring. I blossom and shine. I smile. I bless this world with my beauty. So that was, I actually am going to experiment with this because she pointed me towards this video today. So it's one of the first videos on Green Tower. And I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to listen to it for 7 days every day to see how it opens up the physical body to this transmission. Because to me, when Divine Mother talks, I want to be listening. And so today we're going to do something really, really amazing. And we did that last night as well. We will be working with Orin, transmitting the elemental queendom of the Devas. And they will be coming into our physical and non-physical bodies to remove all the Devic lives that no longer serve us. And I was explaining it yesterday. For example, let's say a person was depressed and they felt depressed again and again and again. I guess that's what depression is. And then that creates Devic life within us. In a way, it creates an elemental. And this elemental life then wants to be sustained, of course, by us. And so sometimes, again, it's a vicious circle because then you are dealing with an elemental being who's hungry and wants that sadness, wants that depression. And so today, Orin and the Devas will be liberating us from anything that doesn't serve us anymore. But before we do that, because we are now taking a whole new approach, Divine Mother is guiding us through, and that is to use the breath to open up the energies, and then for Orin to do the transmission, to come in and to take it all out. This is so powerful, so powerful. If you allow this to be the one time when all gets cleansed with divine confidence, go for it, because the opportunity is here. New etheric body, new mental body, new emotional body. And one thing that I find, really interesting, what Divine Mother has taught me also, is that when a person clears and cleans their mental body, emotional body, and they no longer go into the, yucky stuff, then they can transmit this to others simply by being next to them. The same thing, of course, happens if you're next to someone who has a very dirty emotional mental body and you are next to them. It's not going to feel good. And also there might be transference. And so when we are in the presence of those who are cleaning up, life only gets better and the blessings come faster. And so I'd like to hold that space here for the clean mental body, clean emotional body, clean etheric body. As you know, when Divine Mother then comes and enters you, she burns anything that is still remaining. So may that be so today. So let us open up with a little bit of Ujjayi breath. Again, this is from a YouTube channel called Take a Deep Breath. So the Ujjayi breath is very powerful for everyone. Hopefully you're practicing. Here we go.
Breathing exercise. This is the Ocean Sound Breathwork Pranayama. This breathwork should sound like the ocean, a calm, relaxing sound, which helps act as an anchor for our busy mind. This is a great form of meditation and relaxation. It can be helpful for thyroid problems, snoring and sleep apnea. Okay, I'm just going to explain how this exercise works. Imagine holding up a mirror to your mouth. And what we want to do is we want to blow fog onto that mirror. So we take a breath in through the nose and then blow that fog onto the mirror. Imagine the mirror's just in front of you. And that sound that we make, that is the throat muscles being used. So let's just try that again. In through the nose. And let's blow that fog onto the mirror. Now for beginners, that might be enough. As we go through this exercise, all you'd need to do is go in through the nose and blow the fog out onto the mirror. However, the way the exercise is designed, and where we'd want you to get to, is actually having the mouth closed. But what we would do is we would contract the same muscles in the throat. So if we just do it one more time through the nose and blowing the fog onto the mirror, just pay attention to where those muscles are contracting in the throat to make the noise. And that's what we want to do with the mouth closed. So we'll go and do a couple of rounds of this now, but with the mouth closed. If it's too difficult, don't worry. Open the mouth and blow the fog onto the mirror. It's a fantastic way to start the exercise. The other thing you should know is that when you're breathing in through the nose, you also want to contract the same throat muscles. So you create that ocean sound in and out. And it's always with the mouth closed. But as I said, as a beginner, if you want the mouth open to do the fog on the glass, perfectly acceptable. I'm going to do a few rounds. Okay, hope you're sitting comfortably. Let's begin. Slowly breathing in through the nose. And then breathe out through the nose. Slowly breathing in through the nose. And then breathe out through the nose. Slowly breathing in through the nose. And then breathe out through the nose.
So this is the ha breath that Yogananda taught as well as part of the great Kriya. Ha. So in a way, it is your breath making the sound. Now to take it to the next level, you want to focus in your spine, to open up the channels within the spine and to take the breath through the spine as if you're really breathing up and down with the sound of ha.
Slowly breathing in through the nose. And then breathe out through the nose. You can hear that noise of the ocean, contracting those throat muscles.
So this is for me, a really, really important, actually spiritual technique, tool, and an incredibly powerful, it's so powerful that you actually can connect to source and source can come through you. Magic happens. You will have, all the mystical experiences. So it is, in this case, the way that you do Ujjayi breath is this ocean breath, the sound of ha, and you do it in and out. But of course, there are steps and we are building a pyramid. We are building a pyramid all the way to source light. And so every day we will be guided to be stronger and better at all of this. And so with that, we will go into that beautiful work with Orin. I know that this one probably is not available on Orin's website. We've been searching for it, never found it. I don't know how I have it, but I'll just show anyway here a picture of other work that Oren offers for cleansing, but this one is very specific and it's not on this album, just by the way. But if you want to be working on clearing your energy with your divine, it is there. It is the one with the devas. Okay, they do have one free purple flame, violet flame cleanse. And so if that's the one, then that's great. So I'm going to stop recording. Stopped recording, but it's okay. So you can see the website. It's greentarasanctuary.com. This is for families who want to come here to have spirited time together. It's up to 8 people. Mount Shasta, they're very, very strict with permits. And so we had to do what they told us to do. And so it cannot be like a public space at all. It has to be private space. So it's for private kind of small groups, something that we did in Sedona also with some of you, where we just rented a big house together as a group, and then we did our meditation and our work. So it's beautiful view of the Shasta, of course. And I have to tell you, this is a portal. So it is a portal that leads to an amazing world. For those of you who want to explore, this is what you see it like from the top. So we have the beautiful creek here that comes directly from Mount Shasta. To me is again, Divine Mother, you know, her sense of humor. When she tells you, you know, you're going to be doing this and this and this. And I say, but how? And she says, just surrender to me. And so it has the headwaters coming from Shasta. To me, I don't know if you are as excited. For those of you who work with water elementals, this is divine, being able to have the headwaters from Shasta. So not melted snow, but actually real spring coming through that you can bathe in. And the water, we don't have, what is it called? Municipal water. We actually only drink spring water here directly. So it is well water. And pretty amazing, you know, for all the things that we do. So just a quick look through that, you know, it has 4 bedrooms. So again, some of us will be coming here as friends to hang out and to do some magic as well. It has 2 living rooms, 1 meditation room, 2 dining rooms. It's pretty amazing. But what I love about it is the spring here that you have, pretty big, pretty incredible, very cold. And then all the beautiful decks so that you can hang out outside and just adore Mount Shasta. And of course, it is all about green Tara. And so it is dedicated to her. The land is just speaking to you when you come. And there are a lot of meditation spots where you can meditate when you come. And once again, unfortunately, it couldn't have been public. It has to be private, but that's okay. And here I've shared this photo before. I created a platform for anchoring. And this is really where the green Tara is embodied, and also her dragon. I'm getting to know her dragons. And you see the light coming where we do amazing things, watching the sunset, watching the sunrise. She told me that she wanted a place where you could watch the sunset and sunrise, both from the same home. So it's pretty amazing. 1 deck is facing sunrise and 2 decks facing sunset. So pretty incredible. And then it has the medicine wheel in the woods. So it has a magical forest. It truly is heaven on earth. And again, you know, I share this because I hope to see you here and to do amazing things. I will be also inviting an amazing elemental witch who works very, very incredibly with the elements. And she will be also offering her workshop to us here. So we will just have fun and do beautiful things for the healing of Divine Mother. So the same thing, if you want to bring family, we also created a game room for the kids, because sometimes we have beautiful families we want to be with and spend time, you know, to do magical things and to hike, of course. And so it's also, you know, great for kids who will have so much fun here as well. So thank you for being part of this amazing adventure. Thank you so much. So today we will actually once again do the big clearing with the same devas that we work with today, just so that we are the best version of ourself that we can be, the divine self in the body elemental. And tomorrow, same time and same place. I updated also the time, so you will see it's the same time, same place tomorrow. And then only on the 6th, it's different, and it's only at 5 p.m. because we'll be traveling. So tonight we do have a, yes, 5 p.m. today. So thank you so much and many blessings to everyone.